friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in today's recipe. I'll be showing you how to make tamales. Tamales are traditional Mexican dish made with a corn-based dough. The dough is usually filled up with meat, beans or cheese, and it is finally wrapped with leaf wrappers such as banana leaves or corn husks. So if you want to see how this is made, please stick around, stay tuned and watch to the end. There are two processes involved in the making of tamales. One is the preparing of the dough and the second one is the making of the filling. So before we move on to prepare the dough, we are going to soak our wrappers. I'm using corn husks. So just pour in some hot boiling water over the corn husk in a bowl. Soaking the leaves in hot water helps it to soften it and also makes it so easy to work with. So you just want to make this fully immersed in the hot water. You can now cover this and set aside to rest for 30 minutes. You can now go ahead and prepare your dough. In a large mixing bowl, combine 1 cup of soft lard, add in 2 tablespoons of chicken or pork broth. Mix with your electric mixer for about 3 to 5 minutes until it turns out fluffy. So after about 4 minutes, our lard is now light and fluffy. You can see it. So we are going to bring in our dried ingredients together. In this bowl, I've got 3 cups of masa flour. To it, I'll add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and ½ teaspoon of salt. You can adjust the salt to your own taste. Now mix this together to combine nicely. We are now going to bring this into the lard mixture. So you add a little at a time and continue beating. Now go ahead and add about 1½ cup of pork broth to it, just a little at a time. Continue to beat this on high speed for about 5 minutes until it turns out very soft. Once you have a consistency as creamy as peanut butter, this is exactly what you're looking for. If yours needs more broth, you can add until you get this consistency. It's so creamy and fluffy. Next, we are going to make our tamale filling. So you can decide to use any type of filling of your choice. You can use chicken, you can use beef or pork. You can even use refried beans, but we are going to be using pork. So I'm going to bring about 600 grams of pork into a medium-sized pot. Go ahead and season this up with 3 minced garlic cloves, 1 medium chopped onion, half teaspoon of ground cumin, half teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of beef bouillon powder. This will give it a nice taste. Half teaspoon of black pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and lastly 2 bay leaves. Place the pot on the stove top, add enough water to cover it. Place a lid over and bring this to a boil for about 1 hour 30 minutes or until the pork is fall apart tender. After cooking your pork for 1 hour 30 minutes, it should be fork tender, so you can use your forks to shred this into tiny pieces. And here it is, we are done shredding the meat. I'm just going to transfer this into a bigger bowl. And I'll just go ahead and pour in 1 cup of homemade Chile sauce. You can add half cup at a time and stir. Once it has coated fully, you can stop. And once you need more, you can add the remaining 1 cup to it. Now the meat is fully coated in the sauce. You can set this aside until when needed. Once you're done with the dough, you can go ahead and drain the wrappers from the hot water. These were homemade corn husks. Okay, so I did this myself. If you're going to make this all by yourself at home, ensure to remove the ends because they're a bit tougher. If you remove the ends, it's easy to fold this and the wrappers won't tear in the process. It's now time to assemble our tamales. Place your corn husks on a plain surface just like so. Let the wider side face the top. Scoop about a tablespoon of the dough you have just prepared over it. Flatten this up. So you can leave some spaces at the edges when spreading this out. Once this is thinly spread out, you can scoop your filling over. Okay, this is the filling we have prepared earlier on. You can be generous, but just make sure this isn't too much. So once you are done, you're going to bring the end of the wrapper and wrap this over to the other side. And then bring this other side and close it up. So once this is overlapped, fold the end over. You can tear part of the husks and use it to tie it over so that this holds it together. You should have something like this. You can transfer this into a bowl and leave it standing upright. Now let's do the next batch. Scoop a spoonful of the dough. Spread this out. Let it be about 1/4 inch thick. Once the dough is flattened out, scoop your filling over as well. Fold this over to overlap the other side. And fold the end over. Use part of the wrapper to tie this. Let this hold the dough together. you have it ready. Keep it standing upright. Continue until you're done with the whole dough. And we are done wrapping our tamales. It's time to transfer them to a steamer basket. You can use your steamer pot if you have that. So I'm just going to use this small basket here. Then line it up with some of the corn husks that I left behind. This will prevent water from bubbling into the tamales while it's boiling. So we are going to stack this up in the basket. So you can place a medium-sized pot on the stove top, add water and bring to a boil. You can now insert the steamer basket over the pot. Just make sure the water is not touching the basket directly, it's just below the basket. You can now cover the top with a foil paper to conserve some of the heat. Bring this to a boil for about 45 to 50 minutes. After cooking your tamale for about 45 minutes, once it's ready, you can turn off the heat. You can test for doneness by picking one of the tamales from the rest. Once it pulls away cleanly from the husks, it means it's ready. So you can remove this and discard the husk. You can make your tamales with yellow corn, or you can simply add a little bit of turmeric to it for a pop of color. So this is what it looks like. It smells really good and I'm sure it tastes good as well. Oh my god, this tastes really great. I love this. And if you like, you can enjoy your tamales with fresh pico de gallo, just like I'm doing. This was how to make tamales at home. It's pretty simple. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. You can share with your friends. And please remember to subscribe to Oni's Food Hill. You can click the bell button so you don't miss any video. Until next time guys, I'd love to see you soon in another recipe. Bye!